Welcome to my first video on getting Orion Camo for free. You might be asking, how am I getting Orion Camo for free? Well, I plan on playing during the free-to-play weekends during these next 2 years of this COD's life cycle. And I'm pretty sure everyone knows how easy the challenges are this year, so it should be a pretty easy grind hopefully, at least not very lengthy like Modern Warfare 19 or something where you gotta get like a million kills with the riot shield and whatnot. And just a little backstory that I am a veteran COD player. I started all the way back in 2008 on World at War, and Vanguard was the first Call of Duty I didn't buy. Same with this one, I didn't buy this one either, so I just do not like the way Call of Duty's been going. I'll get into a rant at like the last half of this video. You can see a timestamp if you want. And I just want to show you that I do not have Modern Warfare 2 bought at all. As you see above my shipment, it says purchase in Modern Warfare 2 to play it. And I just want to quickly show you also that I am level 145. And I got through all of the AR camos, or at least most of them. I got through 9 out of the 10 of them. I just didn't get through the M16 because I just didn't do the 5.56 Icarus to get the M16 unlocked. And I heard that gun's trash, so hopefully they buff it by the next time free-to-play weekend comes around, but we'll see how that works. I'm just showing you all the guns I have. Also, I got a few of the SMGs done. I got 3 out of the 4 BRs done. I got all the rocket launchers done. I got nothing else really done. This is just showing my stats a little bit. And I do have a 1.89 KD, so as you see, I'm doing pretty well. My highest game was 110, which is actually the one that you'll be seeing in the background if you plan on watching it all or just listening. And then my last game I got 107 kills, so that's pretty nice. And this is just an overview of all the guns I've used in each category. I just want to track this each time it's a free-to-play weekend so that I can see like kind of how much I've done. I don't know if it matters too much, but I just wanted to include it just in case. I do have to say the UI is still very confusing in this game. I do not know when they're going to fix it, but hopefully soon. But getting back to the gameplay, hopefully this is a fun series to watch and at least follow and whatnot just to see my progress, because I feel like this is new and creative. I don't think anyone did this during Vanguard or Cold War or anything. And hopefully during these next 2 years I can finish it before the next COD drops, because obviously there won't be any more free-to-play weekends. I could probably still play Warzone, but I do not want to grind Warzone for challenges and whatnot, especially like riot shields and pistols. Getting into the good stuff, I don't have too much to say. I have quite a bit of bad stuff just because a lot of stuff irritated me over this free-to-play weekend. Surprisingly, no crashing. I've heard a lot of complaints about crashing, got none of that. Actually, that's a lie. My first time when I downloaded it and booted it up, it somehow crashed while loading into the main menu. Don't know how, but it was fine after that, so that was good. And getting to the spawns, actually, they're actually pretty good in this game. I've ran into some bad stuff, which is probably due to like skill-based spawning, which I've heard of, which I definitely agree is in this game. You'll see why why I do not like this game rant. Like actually with the spawns, I feel like you can actually control like kind of where people spawn and kind of like predict more easily, kind of like the old days, you know? Especially on like some of the bigger maps like LS Silo or whatever it's called, well, that I can actually kind of predict where people are going to spawn. It's kind of nice. Because back in Modern Warfare 19, which I do still play actually, it's a lot harder to predict where people are going to spawn, especially like Hardpoint. Like Hardpoint in this game, I think I can like predict really well where people are going to spawn, on like Modern Warfare 19 where I feel like it was just complete random. And obviously I'm going to compare this game to Modern Warfare 19 because it's the successor to the game. Obviously just like people comparing the original Modern Warfare back to the MW2 and MW2 to MW3 back in the original trilogy. Because when I shoot, there's a lot of visual recoil or something. Something is off whenever I shoot. I think it is the visual recoil that everyone was complaining about on Twitter and like YouTube that I saw. But try not getting into a rant just yet about how much I hate it, but there's a lot of stuff off and I want to talk more about that, getting to the section that I hate. I don't know if you can call me crazy or not, but I swear the SBMM in this game is a lot looser than it was in previous years, at least Cold War and MW19. I don't know, maybe the free-to-play players, their scale-based matchmaking parameters aren't as strict so that they'll actually buy the game maybe. Like I actually felt like I could casually play this game a lot of the time. At least more so than like Modern Warfare 19 or Cold War, at least this far into its life cycle, because this game's been out for like 2 or 3 months, and especially in Modern Warfare 19, I remember like every one of my lobbies being super sweaty. But again, that might just go back to free-to-play players, matchmaking parameters aren't as strict. And I don't know how it was in the past, because the free-to-play mosh pit that we had, I don't know if we were connecting to like normal lobbies, just getting thrown into those games, or if we were connecting to like other people that were also playing the free-to-play mosh pit, because that might have had something to do with lobbies being a little bit easier too, if that was the case. Like this video in the background you see, this was a free-to-play mosh pit obviously. I'm playing with 2 other friends. I'm just kind of sitting in the back camping for camos and whatnot because I'm trying to get as much done as possible. I think this was the TAC battle rifle, I want to say. I don't think that was the AR. I think it's time to get into the stuff that I do not like about this game. Obviously, the UI, horrible, trash, so confusing. I'm sure people that have been playing since the launch have gotten used to it, but this entire weekend that I've been playing, some of the most annoying stuff. I feel like I click escape once to go back, it goes back like 10 different categories, and I have to click like 5 different times to go back to where I was. Super annoying. I know they are working on it, but my god, I don't know who thought this was a good idea. I know they hired a Hulu person, but I don't know who approved this going through because it is one of the worst I've ever seen. Also, shooting. I don't know if I'm going crazy, but I feel like every gun takes like an extra bullet to kill in this game compared to Modern Warfare 19. Like there was times where I was using the MP7 or the MP9 or something, and I was shooting someone like point blank range, and I felt like it took like 5 or 6 bullets to kill them in this game, when like Modern Warfare 19 would kill in like 4 bullets. I don't know if they did that on purpose or I'm going crazy, but guns just take forever to kill in this game, especially at range. When I was going for long shots on ARs, the AK-74U took like 10 bullets to kill someone, I swear. And it is kind of nice, I'm not going to lie, that you don't die right away, you actually have a chance to fight back, but I'm sure they could have balanced it some other way, because like Call of Duty 4 and stuff like that, I felt like I had the balance spot on, it was perfect. Alright, also skill-based spawning. I'm convinced it's a thing. I had so many bad spawns, like I've had quite a few bad spawns in shipment, but I'll just chop it up to shipment being shipment because the spawns aren't always great in shipment. But I spawned right behind an enemy one game, and then as soon as I spawned, I killed that person, and I had a literal guy spawn right behind me and kill me. It was like, what is this spawning? Why am I spawning somewhere? There's a whole other side of the map that my teammates are on that you're not going to spawn me on. So you decide to spawn me right in front of the entire enemy team on the other team. And I get why they kind of made it like that, especially for shipment, because spawn trapping would be super easy. Like I think back to like COD 4 and Modern Warfare Remastered, where especially during like shipment games and like domination, spawn trapping was so easy that you might as well just leave the game when you're getting spawn trapped that hard. Like I remember 6-man RPD spawn trapping on Modern Warfare Remastered during the shipment 24/7 weekends. But at least in this game too, like certain game modes like domination, you can definitely spawn trap. Although they will sometimes spawn on your side of the map, you can actually spawn trap them as long as everyone on your team is sitting in the back of the map. Like I had a few games where I had like actually good teammates, surprisingly, that when I wasn't playing with my friends, like you could actually sit back and sit there and kill people the entire time. It was fantastic. And I do just like how much more consistent spawning is in this game compared to like Modern Warfare 19, where I swear you would be literally, your whole team could be standing in one corner of the map killing everyone, but they would still somehow spawn right in front of you or right behind you somehow. It was stupid. Oh yeah, and not to mention there was a game on domination on L, I'm gonna call it El Asso because that map is pretty ass, that I somehow spawned. I was doing very well. I somehow spawned right in front of a guy in this big open map. How do I spawn right in front of a guy in this big open map? Not to mention there was also a time where I was sitting in the back of the map going for long shots on hardpoint. Somehow a guy spawns behind me also and kills me. How does a guy spawn behind me in the corner of the map when I'm in the back of the map on hardpoint and the hardpoint is on the opposite side of the map? It made no sense. I'm like, this is just insane. Okay, and I do actually have the clip saved of me spawning in front of someone in the big map on domination, but I do not have the one saved of me getting killed by someone spawning behind me on hardpoint, sadly. Because I was just so flabbergasted that I was like, how does this happen? I rage quit really hard that game.
Enemy securing Bravo.
Granny had it. Yeah, I don't know if, I mean, he's around though, he's around.
Like when you look at that, how you can't tell me that there isn't skill-based spawning in this game, especially when you're doing good. I had so many times where I was doing pretty well, and they would give me like some of the worst spawns ever right next to like enemies. Like this game somehow, like spawning is worse in some aspects, even worse than Modern Warfare 19. Even Modern Warfare 19, I don't even recall spawning in front of an enemy unless it was like shipment or something, or some small map like Rust. Like, you're telling me on that big ass map the only good spot you could find for me is right in front of the enemy where he's about to look? No, I just don't believe that. You're telling me there's not like a better spot for me to spawn when my other teammates are literally on the second floor camping? Like, you could have spawned me somewhere up there, somewhere else on the lower level of that building, or somewhere outside. Like, come on now. And I swear that ranch just had me on something else, because now this reminded me of flashbangs. Why are flashbangs like bouncy balls in this game? You can throw it at a wall and I swear it'll bounce back faster than what you threw it at. Why is that a thing? Like, I swear, one time I threw it in a crate, this thing bounced around like 10 million times before it went off. I'm like, how is this possible? Is there skill-based flashing or something in this game where it bounces really fucking erratically or something? Like, oh my god, it's one of the worst. I don't know why the flashbangs are like bouncy balls in this game. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but there were times where I swear the flashbangs were not cooperating with me. They would like somehow bounce back at me. I'd throw it at a crate, it would somehow bounce back at me. Like, I feel like the crate should be flat in this game. Like, I know there's grooves and stuff, so it acts a little bit more random, but like, can you just make it like just flat so that like, you know, you can kind of predict how to flash when you're throwing it at a wall or something? Like, that would be so much easier. Like, man, I don't know why they're making this game like a mill sim. Like, I just miss when this game was a nice arcadey shooter all the way back in like COD 4, all the way up until like BO4. Like, I don't know why they made the decision to go really mill sim. Like, I know they're trying to compete, and I just feel like they're stretching their resources and employees very thin. That, like, every single aspect of the game is getting worse and worse. Even Warzone this year, like, this new Warzone that released, everyone's been complaining about it and whatnot. Like, they just need to take a step back, stick to what they're used to, make multiplayer, make Warzone. Please make multiplayer free. Don't make a Rocket League mode, because what the fuck was the point of that just for the World Cup? It's so annoying, but I think I'm gonna have to call it there. Sorry for the rant, but hopefully the next free-to-play weekend won't be too bad. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the series so far, and peace.